Hi Gemini, it's Sunflower Spirit here, and I'm here to do your weekly reading for the week of January 23rd, 2019. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Let's see what messages Universe has for the sign of Gemini for this week. All right. Messages for the sign of Gemini. Universal energies, what messages do you have for the sign of Gemini for this week, please? We have the Page of Wands. Messages for the sign of Gemini, please, for this week. Messages for the sign of Gemini, please. Messages for the sign of Gemini for this week. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And I'll take one more, please, for the sign of Gemini. We have Death. All right. And then we have the Nine of Swords at the bottom. All right, Gemini. So what I'm seeing is some changes, some transformation. It looks like there could possibly be some sort of message too, some sort of message. And it looks like, you guys are kind of reaching or have reached, the near end of a cycle, and you're kind of seeing you're starting to see all the work that you put in, all the hard work you put in. You're starting to see that kind of payoff. You're starting to see your potential. But we do have some sort of anxiety and some worry, Gemini. So let's see if I can get a bigger picture for what's going on. Messages for the sign of Gemini, please. So yeah, endings, new beginnings, some changes. So yeah, it looks like some sort of message coming in, or you will have some sort of message coming in, and this is regarding work. It could be regarding work. And then let's see. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Devil here, that could be more about like ego. But we could see there's something going on, some sort of message at work, and you're kind of like seeing your potential, but it's kind of going to that ego place. We have changes and transformation within your partnership or relationship, endings and new beginnings. This is causing you a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. We do have the Knight of Pentacles coming in though. So it looks like there's somebody reliable, dependable, coming in, but it's going to be a slow process. So let's see. Yeah, a potential ending to some sort of relationship. It looks like to some sort of partnership, Gemini. There's some sort of ending. And that's why you're kind of having all this stress. It's dealing with, you've been working really hard. You've been really trying to work really hard to achieve your goals. But there's some sort of like unhealthy behavior. And I feel like it might be control or ego is what I'm getting. Control or ego. This is causing you a lot of stress. Let's see if I can get an even bigger picture for you, Gemini. Let's see. And then with the Page of Wands here, it's like, yeah, you've been working really hard. I think you've been working hard with your creativity. Possibly your intuition, your creativity. The Nine of Pentacles, it's like you or somebody around you has been reaching, where their potential is, but there's still some sort of, you could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Scorpio, but it doesn't matter. We do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is Earth, definitely Earth. So it could just be that you're dealing with a Capricorn, and this is with this partnership relationship, this Four of Wands here. Let's see, Gemini. What other messages do you have for the sign of Gemini? We have the Page of Cups. So working really hard, maybe wanting to self-express. Maybe you're using your creativity as a means of self-expression. And then I have whatever's going on with this Nine of Pentacles and the Devil. It's like having you in this place where you're wanting to just kind of retreat. Like you're needing to do some soul searching. You're needing to do some healing. You're needing to kind of figure out, what's right for you. And then we have the Chariot here. So it's like, yeah, endings, new beginnings, transformation concerning partnership and stability, family life. And you, with the Chariot here, it's like you wanting to move forward with your dreams and your goals, but you're having so much anxiety. Like I just see like worry like all over this. So there's something I don't know, it could be this transformation. It could be you're worried, but there is this Knight of Pentacles coming in. There is a Knight of Pentacles coming in. He's like probably the best knight you could get. Because he is very dependable. He is very reliable. He's just very slow. He takes his time. He's very meticulous, pays attention to detail. He plans things out. He's a huge planner. And so it's kind of like he really invests his time with his energy, is kind of the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. We have two pages here. And so it's like whatever you've been working on, maybe it's like this is kind of new for you. Pages are usually about messages. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of like some sort of self-expression. Like you've been working really hard to express yourself. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's kind of reaching that place where, seeing your work pay off and reaching the place where it's kind of like, oh, maybe I can do this, that self-efficacy piece of it. But then we have the Devil and the Hermit. So I feel like maybe there is something going on, and you know what this is because of these Nine of Swords, that isn't the healthiest. Maybe some patterns that are not serving you well. Maybe some patterns, maybe some sort of toxic behavior that you're kind of like wanting to, needing to like go inside and soul search, needing to heal, needing to figure out, what's true and what's not true for yourself. You could be dealing with a Virgo, but it doesn't matter. And then it's like, yeah, with death, it's like kind of, abrupt endings and new beginnings, kind of going through this transformation, kind of, I feel like figuring out what you want with this Four of Wands. This is usually about, partnership, commitment, contentment in relationship. And so I feel like with this transformation, you're kind of trying to figure out what you want. And you're figuring it out, and then you're kind of, with the Chariot here, you could be dealing with a Cancer, but it doesn't matter. You're kind of just like taking action to move forward towards your goals. You've just decided to take action to move forward towards your goals. And you're just really anxious about this. You're anxious about this Knight of Pentacles coming in. Is it just the waiting, Gemini? You're kind of anxious about this Knight of Pentacles. And this Knight of Pentacles could be a Capricorn because we do have the Devil here. But it doesn't necessarily have to be. I feel like maybe you're kind of like, you've been waiting and waiting, and you're anxious because you haven't he hasn't really come in yet. Let's see what's on the bottom of this one. It's the Five of Swords. So yeah, you're kind of like in your head. You're kind of like, the Five of Swords is usually about mental conflict. It's about, fighting, 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 and finally realizing that, like, you just need to cut your losses here. Like, this isn't going to get any better. The situation isn't going to get any better. You just really need to cut your losses and move forward. And I do see a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress with this, Gemini, but I also want you to know that I do see you taking the steps necessary to move forward. So whatever it is that you've kind of been fighting, and you're just finally like, you know what, I'm just done. I'm just done fighting. And you're kind of just like cutting your losses. I do see you moving forward. I do see healing. I do see, forward movement towards what you want. I do see a lot of potential here. So yeah, it looks like you kind of like went through this transformation, and I feel like it just kind of like totally, whatever happened, whatever endings, whatever transformation that you've been dealing with, it's just kind of like totally, shaken your whole world, and you are, you know, kind of in this, it's just stressful, causing you a lot of stress, causing you a lot of anxiety. But I feel like you've been working really hard to do the healing that you need to do the healing that you need to do. And I feel like you are nearing the end of a cycle here. So I feel like this is kind of nearing the end of a cycle, and then you're just going to take charge. You're going to take charge of your life again, and you're just going to move forward towards your goals and your dreams. And but I think there's sort of like a tension between moving forward and kind of like waiting around for this. And I think that's kind of what might be happening. So yeah, this is tough. This is tough stuff, Gemini. Um, it looks like, this is, you're dealing with some sort of partnership. There possibly could be, more than one person involved here. Like maybe you're trying to decide, decide between, the person you're with and then whoever this Knight of Pentacles is. Or it could just be, this is a person you're dealing with. But I do see you moving forward. I do see success here. It's just kind of getting out of this like mental conflict, kind of getting out of this mental struggle, and just kind of like putting your swords down and walking away from this, because it looks like you have been, working really hard, fighting really hard for what you want. And I do see a lot of, the things happening, but I think it's kind of like time to heal, time to be patient with yourself, time to heal, time to grow. And I do see you moving on towards your goals and your dreams. So, wow, this is a lot, Gemini. I hope this was helpful for you. This is definitely tough stuff. Thanks for stopping by today, and I hope you guys have a great week. I will talk to you guys later.